Hello everyone, I'm Madison Cawthorn and welcome back to the Newtown Square. During this hectic and dangerous time in our country due to the Chinese coronavirus, we've all learned one thing. We can no longer trust China. Between the Huawei debacle and the corona scare, it's clear that we have to reduce our dependence on them. I think it's fine for us to buy cheap trinkets from China, but we should have never become so reliant on them for critical things like antibiotics or the defense components that they produce. Currently, I'm pretty sure that over 90% of our antibiotics and vitamins are produced there. I firmly believe that America must have a secure supply chain for our microtechnologies, our high-tech defense components, our satellite communications, and our biotech devices. China has managed to dominate America's supply chain for these drugs and components by using the same unfair practice they've used in every other sector. We've always have heard the jokes about, oh, well, you can go work in a Chinese sweatshop. But in China, that's not a joke because they actually use sweatshop labor. They give these ginormous government subsidies to companies, and they have almost non-existent environmental regulations. All of this has given their government enormous leverage over us. And in recent days, they've actually threatened to use it. When President Trump was running in 2016, he said that we need to bring those jobs home. And he was right. We all see that now. Bringing vital production back so that we can protect Americans' health in our homeland is a national security concern. Never again should we find ourselves in this situation where we have a country who has so much leverage over us. Imagine if this was not just a pandemic. Imagine if it was something more than a trade war. What if we were actually in a war and they used this leverage over us? We should not be relying on China or any other country for such critical needs to Americans. China is not our friend. Like I said, it's okay to let them produce cheap trinkets and the like, but there are some things that China should just not be producing for us. When I'm in Congress, one of my first actions will be to introduce legislation to require the manufacturing of essential or national security related goods to be made here in the U.S., so that we never have to find ourselves in this predicament again. This has been a national blind spot for us for a long time, I think. And now our eyes have finally been opened. I hope you guys are all staying safe. God bless.